This gameplay video is brought to you by very generous patron Shuffles. Alright, Yuriko the Tigers Shadow up against Torbran Thane of Redfell this time, and we have potentially an unblocked creature there, so we will keep. They're probably just going to burn everything out of the way anyhow. Got one of the new cards in hand, Maskwood Nexus. Can make us some ninjas if we are desperate. Let's go for Bloodstained Mire, get a black source into play, and then play out the Viscera Seer and pass. Viscera Seer in here so that we can sacrifice Yuriko, because Yuriko does not have any kind of unblockable, so if we want to definitely get Yuriko through, we can use an unblockable creature to do that, and if she's in the command zone, it doesn't add command attacks to her. We will drop an island, swing in with this Viscera Seer, go into an unblockable creature in Creeping Tar Pit as well. So swing in with Viscera Seer, go through to the blocking phase. I need to remember how to play this deck again, haven't played it in a long time. Bounce the Viscera Seer back to hand, Yuriko comes back in with Ninjutsu. And we hit our opponent and probably reveal a land. Yep, only 33 lands in the deck, but Magic Online does like to give you lands. A lot of people say to me, oh, you're running too many lands because you keep getting flooded. No, it's a Magic Online thing, I think. Oh, Mana Crypt from our opponent. Luckily, Torbran costs 3 red pips. They get a Burning Earth, 1 damage to that player. That'll be a Lightning Bolt per land tap. So, okay, Brainstorm. We can still go for Yuriko, put something really big on top with Vampiric Tutor, although do we want it to be an answer for Torbran? Yeah, we could go for a counterspell for Torbran, I suppose. So let's just do that now. We do get burned by the Burning Earth. I suppose what we could do is go for Commit and just put that on the Torbran next turn. Not likely they're going to be able to burn us because Torbran costs 3 red pips. Yeah, we'll go for that instead. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We deal a lot of damage to our opponent and then get an answer for Torbran in one fell swoop. So swing in at our opponent, and we're obviously going to reveal that off the top and draw into it. Only downside is our opponent knows about it now, but we knock them down to 18. Now we've got Mana Crypt that we can peck away at them with as well. See how much luck they have on that front. They do not get bolted. So there's Torbran, Thane of Redfell, and we can put that on top of their library. It is going to Lightning Bolt us 4 times, is the only downside to that. Okay, so Baleful Strix. Yeah, we'll just have to go for the island here. So that is 12 damage dealt to us. Oh, it's not. It's only non-basic lands. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Then I thought it was whenever we tap any land. So luckily only losing 3 life there. Let's swing in again, get some more card advantage from the top of our library. Hoping for big spells off the top, of course. So triggering Yuriko. Don't know what's on top. That is Arcane Adaptation, which is another Maskwood Nexus. In recent years, we've got much cheaper effects like this. It used to be that you'd have to pay 5 for stuff like this, but now we've got 3 and 4, so that's obviously much better in a deck like this that has such a low curve. Deck list is in the description as ever if you want to have a look at it. Okay, that is Obsidian Fireheart, and oh, that is whenever you tap this land, 1 damage to you, so that will be Lightning Bolts. They have to tap a lot of mana into that though. Let's see about a Brainstorm here, because we might want to shuffle with the Polluted Delta afterwards. Necropotence we don't like. Treasure Cruise, we actually can't get through with Yuriko, can we? So in that case I don't think it matters. We'll just go Treasure Cruise and the island. Draw into the island. Probably should have held on to that Brainstorm in hindsight. We'll shuffle the big spell away because we don't care about drawing into it. And what we can do here is play Viscera Seer and do the interaction where we sacrifice Yuriko when the Baleful Strix swings in. Sunken Hollow comes into play untapped, so we'll get that going. Don't want to shock ourselves if we can help it. We do get hurt by the Burning Earth, but only for 1, thankfully. Draw a fresh card with the Baleful Strix. Don't know what's on top here. That is a Telling Time, so yeah, we could potentially put something big on top there next turn. I was thinking of going for the Arcane Adaptation next turn. Anyway, we'll go for Viscera Seer just in case. So we might want to do the whole Maskwood Nexus or Arcane Adaptation thing. Make all of our creatures into ninja. And then do something with Telling Time maybe. Or we could do the Viscera Seer way of doing things, bounce Baleful Strix back to our hand. So they've got enough mana for the Torbran there, and down comes the Torbran. They could swing him for 6 damage here, but they do not, thankfully. So we could sacrifice Yuriko here. I think I don't mind the Telling Time, to be honest. Let's go for Telling Time now before we draw. Okay, and it's Cloud of Fairies, so card into hand can be Cloud of Fairies. We'll just put Wasteland on top. So then we get into Wasteland. We'll drop the island, because the non-basics are going to matter apparently. Play the Cloud of Fairies, because that is a free spell. Untap a couple of islands. And then just for mana efficiency, it might as well be Maskwood Nexus, I think. We're going to take 6 if we do that. Yeah, how much burn do they have is the question. Yeah, we'll go Maskwood Nexus. Let's live dangerously. So 2 lightning bolts thanks to the Burning Earth. And now we've got a real race in our hands, I think. Baleful Strix is every creature type including ninja, so we can fly straight over. We'll be able to do that with the Cloud of Fairies next turn as well. And keep our fingers crossed, that is Imperial Seal, so maybe that could do it for us next turn. In hindsight, actually, maybe should have played the Arcane Adaptation, because Mono Red is going to have more trouble dealing with enchantments than it is artifacts. A Chrome Mox, 5 cards in hand, they are down to 9. Managing to keep their Torbran in play for a turn could be the end of us. There is Parastatic Pillar. Whenever a player casts a spell with mana value 3 or less, that will be 5 damage as it stands now to us. And then put in a counter on the basic island, so that will bolt us also. So we're going to have to be very, very careful here. Not swinging into us, curiously. I suppose it's relevant now that we've got all ninja in play. So that's a lightning bolt from the island. Oh, of course, it's not a red source, is it? It has to be a red source and a red source you control, so this actually only deals 1 to us, because they don't control it and lands aren't coloured, so yeah, alright, that's fine. If we tap this down, we'll take 3. Cast a spell, that'll be 5, and then 2 from this. So that'll put us down to 3, but I think we can do it this turn. So we get bolted. So we go down to 10, then this will take us down to 5. Oh, down to 6 even, so I'm obviously miscalculating something there. Oh, it's 2 damage to you and the mana value is 3 or less, so it's 4 from the Parastatic Pillar. And we just put something big on the top. That will be the Temporal Trespass, I think. So put that on top, and then we'll swing in with our 2 flyers. Yeah, so only down to 4, not quite as bad as I thought it'd be, but still pretty scary. Against a burn player, a lightning bolt would do us in. So we knock them down to 7, and then reveal the big spell and knock them down to -4. So luckily, they didn't have any kind of lightning bolt or shocks or anything like that. Could just as easily have gone the other way, I think, so good game to my opponent. We'll play another one. Yuriko the Tigers Shadow up against Omnath, Locus of Mana. We've got all of our colours there. We will keep. We can go for a turn 1 unblockable creature. So play out and sacrifice the Flooded Strand. We will go for Underground Sea. And then, like I said, get out the Mistcloaked Herald here, and we can pass at that. And I was going to say, if they get into a mana dork here, we can actually go for the Mistblade Shinobi. And yeah, we'd really want a blue source next turn so that we can recast this and get down Yuriko next turn. See what we feel like. Could always just start bouncing Omnath once Yuriko's already in play. Okay, it's Imperial Seal instead, so we'll go for Yuriko this turn instead, because it is card advantage for us. We might be able to get ourselves closer to a land. So bouncing that back to our hand, of course. Hit our opponent. Getting to Toxic Deluge might be relevant. If they get more dorks into play, we could always go for X is 1. Okay, it's Nature's Law instead. Could still go for a dork here, though. But they do not. Just passing the turn, so Alright, we're getting to another land. I think it might be worth getting down Mutavault so that we get the Summoning Sickness off that. Let's swing in with Yuriko first. I'd favour a blue land over the Mutavault. Could have gone for the Imperial Seal there, but we're just still in the setting up phase here apparently. So let's go Mutavault, and I want the Mist-Cloaked Herald in play, I think. So let's go Lightning Greaves, and we can go for the Herald, and then we'll try and protect... They might have Lignify and Song of the Dryad, stuff like that. They should have that in their deck, so we'll protect the Yuriko as opposed to the unblockable creature. That is a Cultivate, so not seeing Omnath just yet. And continuing to turn in sideways against us, surprisingly, maybe offering up the trade. They could have chump blocked the Yuriko there. So do we just go for Imperial Seal? We can Imperial Seal something big on top, hit them with Mutavault. Maybe even Mystical Tutor in response to the Mutavault hitting them. So we'll just put the biggest things that we can on top here. The first one can be Commit to Memory, and then we can animate Mutavault. And we'll swing in with both of these Ninja. We'll hold back the unblockable. I don't think it really matters if we hit with that or not. Well, it might need an extra point of damage. I haven't actually totted all this up. We're not going to block with it anyway, so might as well just turn everything in sideways. So 2 triggers on the stack. We know what the top thing is that's being revealed. So that goes into hand, and then we can go Mystical Tutor in response to the next one. And this should be them done, I think. The instant speed on Mystical Tutor being absolutely relevant there. And our opponent doesn't test us to have a 9 CMC or higher spell in our deck. Of course we do. I would have gone for the 8, 9, 10, 11 mana, I think it is. Extra turn card with Delve. So I would have taken them out there. Couple of decent games for us to show off Yuriko, Tigers Shadow. I asked a few of you while I'm away on my holiday for 2 weeks what you wanted to see whilst I was away, and some of you said Yuriko, so hopefully you all enjoyed that. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.